everyone. I came on a little early because I got some things that I want to do. So I decided to come on for like an hour and a half. I definitely cannot be on here for a long time today. So, I see one person, two people, one on each channel has already logged on. TB21. Hey, too pretty Miss Kitty. What is going on, sweet pea? Too pretty Miss Kitty. Too pretty Miss Kitty. And I was just thinking about you too, Miss Kitty. I said, I ain't seen Miss Kitty. You know I'll call you. If I had not seen you, if it had been a little longer, I was gonna call you. I see Jerome, Kimberly, Yolanda thus far. We'll give, some more people the opportunity to start sliding in. So what's going on? Have you all eaten? Hey, Lily Edwards. Yeah, I was gonna try to keep some of them. I'm gonna have to because I be working too hard to keep my house right with these puppies. Like consistently shampooing the carpet. I just got through bathing them, cutting their hair. So how is everyone doing? I miss you, Miss Kitty. Too pretty, Miss Kitty. Um, yeah, I keep them clean and stuff though. Keep them smelling good. I have to spray their organic stuff on them after I bathe them. Keep their hair cut. They're too small. I was trying to find some Pampers because I be wanting to let them roam a little bit because when they get out and roam and stuff, they run and run and run, and then as soon as I put them back in their house, they fall out and go to sleep. Cypress, how do you feel like we just got to mind our business when all of this stuff is happening right in our own neighborhoods? Are we supposed to turn the blind eye while everybody around us is dropping and pray that it don't? We're not next. Yeah, that's not how I do it though, Cypress. That's not that's the issue that we're having now. People are turning the blind eye and saying, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But then, they want everybody to jump on their bandwagon when it happens to their family members or them. Yeah, I wanted to talk about, how do we heal today's culture with so much blood that have been lost? And I put mostly like Memphis people. I did put Takeoff because I did vlog on the Takeoff's case. And I vlogged on the Takeoff's case and I vlogged on um all of them that I put up there, but definitely the Takeoff's situation, right? I wanted to talk about because it was sensationalized also. There was a lot of people that was hurt when that happened to Takeoff, right? There was a lot of people hurt when that happened to Young Dolph, and everybody up there had relatives, right? So you talking about um, the majority of them had fans. Hey Rita, hey OG Snake Spotter, right? And stop picking and choosing. You're right. And so when I say, every action has a reaction, you know what I mean? Even with some of those people that you see up there, something happened to Young Dolph, and we know that right after that happened, there was a reaction because there was hurt, there was pain, and I'm sure even with the rest of them, whether we know about it or not, right? It's like it's universal. It happens all in all 50 states and everywhere. So we heal it by speaking truth and putting certain things into the atmosphere. A lot of people don't know how to heal because they don't even know how to handle their emotions. And so, if people are not taught how to manage their emotions, how to handle their emotions, and they're not told that their behavior is bad, they ain't never had nobody to tell them. Folks saying, "Well, I'm just gonna mind my business." Hell, a lot of these people are doing things because they absolutely don't know about anything healthy as it relates to managing their emotions. They're not being told that no, hey, we can't do that. When you get mad at somebody, you can't go and pop that person up just because you pissed off or mad. I think that's the issue now. Where well, I'm mad at that nigga. I'm gonna go kill him. Well, I'm gonna just mind my business. No, at what point do people start stepping up and saying, "No, wait, no, dog, you can't go take out people just because you're mad. You can't do it like that. Why not? My dad and them did it. Yeah, yeah, but dog, your daddy dead though. Your daddy dead. Your daddy dead because of that. Do you want to end up like your daddy? Because you got to understand that if you go and draw blood, they coming back and they gonna get you or somebody around you. At some point, this stuff got to stop. As people is getting older in their late 30s and 40s and 50s and stuff, we can't consistently perpetuate this stuff. I'm not saying, people that that you don't know walk up to them or whatever, but if you got a platform, I feel like you have an obligation to at least try to put some type of positivity into the atmosphere, some type of awareness. You don't have to walk up to them. You can use your platform. You could be talking to anybody. So when somebody get mad, they might be looking at your stuff and they'll think about what you said. Wait a minute. I was looking at Cypress TV. Trust me, people don't forget. Man, I'm gonna just go ahead and calm down. Cause I ain't, if I go over here and I do this to these dudes, then I'm gonna lose somebody or I'm gonna lose my own life. At some point, people got to stop saying, "Well, that ain't my business." Okay, so if we got platforms, what are we on here for? To consistently promote beefs, to perpetuate that, to consistently throw out shots at other vloggers. I don't live my life. I don't. So, hey, somebody gotta it has to be some healing because trust me, with everybody going crazy, Cypress, you might bump into somebody. Excuse me, sir. I ain't mean to do that. Pow. They done popped you up. So that's why I said we gotta, something has to change. Okay. You go and you take somebody's child's life. The first thing that people think about is, I want to go get my get back. I know it. I am a human being. And we all be wanting to get our get back in one way or another when people get at us. But there are boundaries. There should be boundaries. People have to be, and if folks know that there are going to be some consequences and repercussions for what they do, okay, even if they hadn't been taught anything, There will be a stopping point. But as long as they know that everybody's gonna turn the blind eye, they ain't got no issues with going into neighborhoods and um sexually assaulting little girls and stuff like that. Hey, they know they can go hang right back up on the corner with the same dudes that should be reprimanding them for that. And there ain't no consequences. Well, that ain't my little 3-year-old baby. But you gonna stand up there and drink with him? That ain't none of my business. Y'all, we can't that's a world we can't live in. It's happening. We're getting desensitized to everything. It ain't right. People are becoming unhuman. Okay. Now, I will be the first to say, as it relates to the situation with Young Dolph and Big Jook, I feel like Big Jook and them was dead wrong for what they did to Young Dolph, because they was definitely a part of it. They was dead wrong. But hey, I sure didn't like about somebody just slaughtering him like that. I'm not that type of person. I never would have told anybody to go over there and do that to him, nor did I celebrate. I don't believe in stuff like that, right? I believe in justice. Okay, I believe in justice. So, how do we heal today's culture with so much blood that's been lost, right? It is, y'all. We have to consistently, if we have platforms and stuff, we have to be responsible with how we use our platforms. If you have the ear of somebody, if somebody comes and talk to you, you got some type of report with them, and you see that they're getting ready to go crash out, you have a responsibility to say, no, man, look, I think you need to rethink that. I think you need to rethink that. It ain't gonna be worth it. You need to go ahead and calm down. We can't afford to consistently turn the blind eye. We can't. Well, that ain't none of my business. What? But that dude stands there and that dude talk to you. That dude calls you on the phone. You have a responsibility to redirect that person. Right. If it ain't our business, what we complaining for? Because if we don't hurry up and nip some of this stuff in the bud, we don't get a hold of some of what's going on. Okay. If we don't get a hold of it, I promise you it's going to be in your front yard or your backyard. Because the more people feel like they can get away with, the more that they do. Okay. And I know folks say, well, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get my get back. So you losing all the way across the board when you don't want to allow the law to handle it. Because what happens is, somebody take out your baby's mother. You go and you take them out where your kids have lost, because you're gonna go to jail. So who do your children have now? At some point, people got to stop thinking about them. And some of these folks are going to have to go ahead and go on and sit up and get them some counseling, because a lot of this younger generation, they're emotionally unstable because they ain't been taught how to handle their emotions. They've seen their mama be on go. I'm on go. They seen their dad be on go. Yeah, I'm shooting everything moving. Okay, so at what point do we start moving differently? Because as my dad used to always say, it's insanity to keep doing the same thing and think you're gonna get some different results. Okay, it's some OG that's got some type of influence over somebody that's out there in the street that's slick crashing out. So if they think enough of you to talk to you, so what you got to do is you got to redirect it. Nah, man, I don't think you should. I don't think you should get down like that. You need to think about your mama. You need to think about yourself. You got kids. Them folks gonna come and retaliate on you. You think they're not gonna know it's you? If somebody in your camp just went and took out somebody, or they just came in your camp and took out somebody that you care about, and you go and you reciprocate that, they're gonna know it came directly out your camp. Okay. And so the thing about it is, some people are such cowards. They don't care. That's why people say, well, I know I'm going to die. They'd rather die than go to jail. If some of them knew that they was going to go serve a long time in jail, they stop a lot of this stuff because they know they're going to be in there with the real gorillas and gangsters. Okay. So I don't want to go to jail. No, I don't want to go to jail. That's why a lot of them, when they know they're going to go to jail, they start putting themselves in positions. Okay, they start putting themselves in positions to get taken out. Okay, that's what they start doing. And so I felt like this was important. I thought about that. I was like, something has got to change, y'all. Something definitely has to change. We can't keep doing this. Not saying anything, just being passive about it. When it's your niece and your nephew with that, that's my sister child. No, we have a responsibility to, and I'm not saying be stupid, but we have a responsibility to the people that we have some type of rapport with. If you sit down and you smoking weed and you drinking and you having conversation with people and you hear about them getting ready to crash out, I think you have a responsibility to try and redirect whatever that misanger, that anger, those mismanaged feelings. I feel like you have a responsibility to do that, right? Because some people, they get so mad they don't think. When they're hurt, they don't think because they're emotionally unstable, right? And so that's why I say, I think about a lot of deaths though. I don't know a lot about a lot of cash deaths though, other than um she was somebody took her out in some parts of Texas. I forget. I believe it was Houston. Now she was a female, a young lady. I believe Desto was in her early 20s. Maybe like, I don't know how old she was, maybe like 21 or 2 or something like that. And I hear about people talking about who she was connected to. She was cool with straight dropping them. That's probably true. Okay, but you're talking about a child, a young lady. As far as we know, as far as I know, I don't know anything about when at the time that she was taken out. I don't know anything about that she was a threat to somebody else's person. Okay. As far as we know, she was in her car, and the story goes they tried to rob her or something. Now that's what we were told. So she definitely, if she was driving in her car and somebody wanted to try to rob her, she was not a threat to somebody else's life. And the idea that somebody will pull up on the side of her and pop up a woman, y'all, and people celebrate that. What kind of world we living in? Hey, even if she was cool with straight dropping them, hey, a lot of those little dudes were cool that I don't wish no death on, right? But a lot of people associated, you had people, and I'm saying this for a reason because we have so many people looking at these vlogs. I was looking at my analytics, and I was looking at the age range, and I was like, dog, I sure got to be more responsible that be looking at some of these vlogs, the analytics. And so anyways, people were saying, well, because what her daddy had did, that's why she dead. Y'all, listen, we're adults. Just because her daddy is involved in something, we can't celebrate stuff like that. Don't y'all know that the younger generation that's already misguided is watching that? No, it's not okay. If you get into it with somebody and you go and do something heinous, it's not okay to go take their children out. Okay? Russell Douglas says, I heard she was involved in some real street stuff. These niggas don't spare females no more. Bullets don't come. How come the OGs ain't dealing with that? Because I remember a time where the OGs dealt with these damn fools. They already knew that women and children were off limits. You got mad at somebody, you better not go mess with their mama, because they would, and if you did, you be too, they have you too scared, because the niggas in your hood, your OGs, would have you too scared to even come back home, because they already knew it was going to be some repercussions. First of all, they weren't going to even do it. So, and instead of us saying, well, it's just different now. No, it's gotta, it's something, it's something wrong with that. I think about like the little guy that was going over to Hamilton. Now there's a Hamilton Elementary and there's a Hamilton High. I think it used to be a junior high and they closed it down. But I do know that there's a Hamilton Elementary and a Hamilton High School. You had a guy in his 20s that was going over to the elementary school. Everybody, and he did it more than one time, snatching up the little girls in elementary school. He was sexually assaulting them, making them perform oral, on him. Now, elementary school at Hamilton is from kindergarten to the 6th grade. This motherfucker called himself a thug. Okay. And called himself a thug. Now he was doing that, and the people around him speculated that he was doing it. Now it's a high school; neither one of them would have been right. He bypassed the high school, which is over on about 2 blocks over, and go over to the junior high school and kidnap the little girls on their way home or on their way to school. Keep them all day, making them perform acts on him. And then when they found out who he was, some niggas hid him out. Y'all, what's going on? They were supposed to hide him for good. I mean, if they were some real G's, he wouldn't have been found to this day. He wouldn't have been in jail. They just said, yeah, this nigga standing on the corner with us smoking weed, and he going up to the school, snatching up little girls and keeping them all day, making them from the kindergarten to the 6th grade is from 5 years old to 12 years old or 11. And he wasn't dealt with. They were supposed to listen. I grew up around street dudes, okay? I grew up around real street dudes. Okay. I know how they do it. That wouldn't have been tolerated. He was supposed to be hid out for good. I've dated street guys. That's the reason why when I hear some of these dudes talk about they street dudes, these real street guys, they sissies. They weren't that emotional. They handled business and they had rules. It was things they didn't tolerate. Okay. And y'all gonna go and still smoke weed and stuff with them? No, nigga, you can't come back on this street. You making the whole street look bad. So yeah, we gonna hide him. But see, that ain't gangster to be killing one, handling one of our niggas just because he like to go and snatch little 5-year-old girls. Y'all, what kind of world do we live here? Because when we need him to go kill somebody, even though he like to mess with 5-year-olds, we need him to go crash out and kill somebody, he do it instead of killing him. Lord forgive me for saying it, but it was just on the tip. I tried to hold it, I couldn't. Okay. So it ain't no rules, and that's tolerated. And that's tolerated. And so that's why when people get to whining and screaming about they've lost their loved ones and stuff, it's hard for people to empathize with them. Okay. Because folks, in anything, it's supposed to be a rule. Thank you, Miss Kitty, for being a member for 14 months. I love you too. So how do we heal today's culture? What do the younger generation have to look up to when you have so many people, so many older adults? And when I say older, I'm talking about 30s, 40s, and 50. Listen, Listen, I've always said this. I think it's a damn shame if you sitting up in your damn 40s and 50s and 30s and 60s throwing up gang signs. Bitch, you got arthritis. You can't even, you having back pains and stuff. Okay? You sitting up talking about, you sitting up got back pains. I had a friend who was dating a guy. He called himself was an OG gang banger. Oh, she stayed at the damn doctor with them because his back and stuff was hurting all the time, and his knees and stuff was bad. He couldn't even. He got had arthritis in his damn fingers, and he had the nerve to be trying to throw up damn gang signs. What do this younger generation have to look up to? Okay. He says when you watch people do ungodly things, you just as guilty as the ones that have done the ungodly things. God is always watching. Right. Listen. Hey, I'm not saying be stupid, but there's no way in the world that I could ever watch somebody snatch a child and turn my head the other way. I remember when they used to, I think it was on CBS or something, and they did this little documentary about, they had some guys acting as if they were snatching children to see how people in the public would react, right? You had a mother with her child that looked like it was about 6 or 7 years old. The child was saying, no, no, leave me alone. You're not my father. Leave me alone, let me go, screaming. And the mother clutched her child and started walking fast. And when the anchor asked him, the host of the show asked her, why did you do that? She said, I didn't want to get involved. I didn't know what it was. I just didn't want to get involved. But you had two young black guys. You know, this been over 10 years ago. So, you know, we got it. Folks are different now. Okay. And when they saw it, okay, walking, he was pulling on the child, a white guy. It was like, no, you're not my father. I don't know you. Leave me alone. They looked at each other and they started running towards the child. And the anchor quickly came out and said, listen, they said, why did you do that? They said, we just heard the child in distress and saying, you're not my father. Let me go. I want my mother. And we knew something was wrong, but those were the only two that did it. Other people turned their head. Well, I just didn't want to get involved. Suppose that had been real. Now, there was an older white guy. Anybody could have hit him over the head with a damn bottle and knocked him over. You know, nobody tried to call the police. Nobody tried to stall him. Nobody tried to bring attention, right, to anything. People won't even call the police no more. I hate the police. Did you see them over there? You know, there have been situations in the subway in New York where women were sexually assaulted, where guys held knives to their throats and stuff and made them get down on their knees and perform oral sex on them. I've seen that. I'm gonna try to pull that up. I've read about that in the news. And people standing on the subway waiting for the train act like they did not see it. Y'all, what kind of world are we living in? I think we took discipline out of the home. Some parents got scared to discipline their kids. Therefore, they got out of control. Absolutely. It's a lot of parents that got scared to discipline their children. Now, I have girls. My youngest daughter has never tried me, but my oldest one is. My daughters are way taller than me, always was. They're tall girls. And I remember one day we were standing in the restroom, and my oldest daughter, I think she was like in the 11th or 12th grade. She wanted to consistently fix her hair. And I said, let's go now. Oh, and she riled up at me. I mean, she drew up at me like she was going to hit me. And she was all in the bathtub and everything. I bet you she never tried it again. I bet you she never did try it again. When I got through with her, she was scared to do anything as it relates to that. Never draw up at me. You have to nip that in the bud. period. But it's too many parents that think that's cute. They don't have issues with their children cussing in front of them. Now, I don't listen. Hey, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I have issues with cussing in front of my mother. If I've ever cussed in front of my mama, it's because I didn't see her or it slipped out, and Lord, I was embarrassed. I don't cuss in front of my aunties, my great aunts. I don't cuss in front of women that I know are older than me. I have issues with that, right? And even though my daughters are grown, they still can't cuss in front of me. My saying lie, it was considered a cuss word and still is to my mama. I slipped and said lie one day. She said, "What did you say?" I said, "Mama, I'm so sorry. I forgot." Lie, growing up, lie was a cuss word in my household. But people don't even have respect for their own parents. So if they don't have respect for their parents, because it starts in the home, I always say it starts inward and goes outward. If they don't have respect for their own parents, they have issues with their parents and stuff, they're not going to have respect for themselves or for anybody else. Especially when you got parents that perpetuate that, yeah, my son, he a hitter. He the gang leader. Okay. So when your son get popped up, bitch, you mad because don't nobody want to give you no money for his funeral. Okay. You trying to sell fish plates and all of that to try to pay for a funeral. When you have perpetuated that instead of trying to redirect that, nobody is supposed to have more influence over your kids than you. I understand there's peer pressure and stuff. But if you're consistently instilling stuff in them or trying to, I know kids go wayward. I know that. I had one to go left, okay, when she went off to college because of peer pressure, right? But in the end, I won. Okay, in the end, I won because nobody was going to have more influence over my child than me. Because you still have your kids' ear. Some people just, oh, well, I don't care, or else they're happy about it. I talk about all the time, like how a lot of mothers passively allow their kids to do stuff because they're benefiting from it. Okay, if your son is 16 years old and he got 2 pockets full of money, where you think he getting it from? Lil Rod be having a whole lot of money. Where Lil Rod getting all that money from? I mean, if you ask her that, she probably ain't gonna say nothing because she know Lil Rod ain't getting up going no damn work. She already know he out there selling drugs. But because Lil Rod paying, giving them money for the light bill and might have went and stole her Chanel purse or bought her a Chanel purse. She want to brag to her friends and stuff about how much money Lil Rod having at 16 years old. Now, what kind of world we live in when mothers are bragging about how much money their preteen sons or her teenage sons got when she already know what they out there doing and how dangerous it is, instead of trying to redirect that or correct that. Instead, they perpetuate that, right? Because they're benefiting from it. And then when somebody pop them up, Lil Rod, I don't know what I'm gonna do because Lil Rod paid all these bills. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You sitting up crying, talking about your son that was out there doing dangerous stuff, instead of you trying to redirect that because he was a teenager. You sitting up hollering about Lil Rod had paid all these bills, instead of trying to encourage Lil Rod to finish school and get him a damn job. He says the sad part is they're out here condoning the behavior and don't even have life insurance on these kids. I went to a funeral, nothing but young people unalive laying in there. I'm telling you. And so, I like you, Cypress, but when I hear people consistently say, that it ain't no rules, and I understand because it don't look like that there are any rules. Okay, because folks don't even care about themselves now. We living in a dangerous time when a person don't care about themselves. Okay, they're not afraid of death, but they're afraid to go to jail. What kind of world is it, y'all, that we living in? They're not afraid of death, It ain't bad to die at a young age and interrupt your life, because this is what a lot of these OGs are teaching them. Oh, well, you died for a cause. You died because you didn't snitch on me. You died because you went and you was a hitter for me. Okay? This is the type of shit that they promote with their old asses. That's why a lot of them suffering now. Hell, they got glaucoma, cataract, stomach problems, okay, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of that shit. Barely walking, can't get up out the damn bed, can't see shit because of the evilness that they perpetuate. Because they hey, I did my time. I don't want to go to jail. I got knee problems. Okay, so they're messing up the lives of the future. They consistently, egg these little young dudes on to go out and do their dirty work. Right? They egg them on to go out and do their dirty work, and they wonder why, that stuff comes back to them, because you have to reap what you sow. I say that all the time because it ain't nothing but the truth. Okay, but they tell them, hey, die. It's an honorable thing to die. Go ahead and do my dirty work. And when they come back, it ain't a matter of if they gonna come back and retaliate. It's a matter of when they gonna retaliate. You think somebody gonna let you gun down their loved one and not come back and get your ass? If you don't, you crazy. But they tell them, that's right, little Vegas. But they tell them, it's better to die right than to tell on somebody. Hey, yeah, go on, die, be away from your kids and all of that. Take that for me, rather than to say anything. Right? That's what we got people thinking now, that this is what is perpetuated. This is what is promoted. Right? Hey, when folks say, "Well, you a civilian," I wouldn't. Let me tell you something. It ain't. I would never in my life. Hey, Cecilia, have more loyalty to a damn criminal that's walking around my neighborhood, and I know that he is a pedo, and I got little girls walking around. Even if I didn't have little girls walking to and fro, it's other little children walking around. Well, I ain't the police. I ain't no snitch. Bitch, you living in that neighborhood. That's the reason why I be getting on top of the necks of some of these damn men so bad sometimes. Okay, nigga, it ain't he ain't even supposed to feel comfortable enough to do it. Okay, but you turning the blind eye, and you got daughters and nieces and nephews that's living in that neighborhood, and this nigga is a freak, but you sitting up talking, I ain't no snitch. So you got more loyalty to him, right, than you do your own loved ones. That's the issue that I have. Said Detroit Cam says, went to the store last night around midnight. There was a 10-year-old boy, no shirt, standing there. We gave him food, waited on the police. He said his mama kicked him out. Wow. That's sad. That's sad. And a lot of these women have to be very careful now when they start getting with these abusive men, because I'm gonna tell you something about men when they are abusive. When you have sons and they tall and stuff, a lot of them have a lot of strength. They have a lot of strength. Your boyfriend ain't, these women be getting with these men. They can't much even keep a heart up. A lot of them, let alone have strength to be tangling with a young boy. But if he's a teenager and he's living in that house, and if that man is abusive, or he knows that he's abusive, he wants to mistreat that woman, the first thing he's gonna do, and I can't understand how a lot of women do it, he's going to start poisoning that woman. About first thing he's going to do, he gonna want that boy out that house, because he's gonna be too scared that boy gonna rise up and stick his ass for hitting on his mother. So it's me or him. He got to go. He gonna want that boy gone because he's scared of him. Okay, He don't want to look over his shoulders while he beating his mama. And the thing about it, the thing that's so sad about it is a lot of women choose these men. Why? Well, why? What? He 18, he needs to go. But he just getting started. He needs to go. That's because he want to be able to beat your ass in peace. He know that boy gonna body slam his ass, his weak ass. Most men that beat on women is weak. So he don't want to have to worry about getting stuck or body slammed. He want to be able to pound you in your face, okay, without any issues. Okay. Or if she's got younger sons, if they're still at an age around 8, 9, 10 years old, he come in and start intimidating them. So that's why I say, y'all, it always starts in the household. People have to create healthy environments and atmospheres. And I know I got into talking about something else. I guess this all goes into how do we heal our culture? We have to be very meticulous about what we do, even in the dark, because that karma is attached to you. You can't consistently put stuff into the atmosphere. Hey, Mr. Parker, put stuff into the atmosphere and think it's not going to come back on you. That's the karma that you're ultimately putting into the atmosphere for yourself or people around you. And there's a lot of blood being lost in the industry, and the issue is a lot of us are just turning our heads. Well, um, hey, that's what happens in rap. No, that's not what's supposed to happen in rap. We don't have to accept that. Says I had rebuilt myself. F that. Okay. So I know a lot of people, I think about the young Dolph and the and Big Juke's situation. I know a lot of people have a difference of opinion as it relates to that. I don't get emotional about that. You'll never hear me throwing out shots at nobody else because they have a difference of opinion about me, as it relates to that. Okay. I'm not that emotional as it relates to that. Okay. So, but I think about the young dogs and the Big Juke situation. I was getting ready to say, I think some people may think that it was related. I don't. You know what? I decided to come on early because I haven't eaten and I want to eat me something. And then I want to do something else. It's something else that I want to do. I want to look at a movie. I'm gonna cook something and then look at a movie. And I want to do it kind of early. Um, that's right, Joy loves God. Thank you. He says a lot of those scenarios is going on in the city of Detroit. These young women be bringing these men over the children. These sexually assault. Right, absolutely. They get them right out of the jail. They start meeting them on the pen pal or something. I mean, a lot of these men don't even be that's coming straight out of jail. They're not even interested in a woman until she says she got little boys. You've been in jail 25 years and you want him to come out and get right in your bed. You don't even know what he got. You don't know what kind of behaviors that he has adapted to. He didn't even show you no interest until you said, I got a little boy. Oh, you got little boys? I want to get married. He want to marry me to be a father to my little boys. Now he want to marry you to be something else to your little boys. Okay, so women got to start making better decisions. And I'm serious. Because a lot of this stuff, we'll blame it on the men, and they're at fault for the wrong that they do, but a lot of it can be redirected if these women made better damn decisions. Everybody ain't to meet your children or to be coming to your house. You have to lay your head there. Just because you're comfortable with a person, You don't ever know what's going through a person's head. You don't be showing people where you live or letting them come and lay out up at your house just because, well, we vibe. Bitch, how you know? You ain't knowing but 7 days. People show you what they want you to see. But they have them all around their kids every 6 months. They got somebody else around their kids. They calling them daddy. I was sitting at the braid shop, not this time, but the time before. There was a young girl. I know she was about 29. She had a nice little shape and stuff, but she had 5 kids, right? So this was around income tax time, and she was calling a boyfriend, and I was listening to her talking to the African that was doing her hair next, braiding her hair next to me. So my this one right here is different, and whatever I need, he's always there. But she didn't tell, then later on, she started talking about her car. He was going to pick her kids up from school while she was at the braid shop. And she was getting mad. She was mad about something. He was like, I went up there and they went up there. She was like, she called one of her bigger kids and cussed them out. Somebody, that's gas I got to put back in my car. So he was driving her car, and she was bragging about she needed another package of hair. So he was like, well, I'm on the expressway. And she was like, well, go to the supply house and give me some hair. I need another package. And then he had her card. I'm gonna turn my card on and I guess transfer. Somehow she was able to transfer the money to the card, and he paying for everything with her shit. Okay, and it was income tax time. So I mean, I know I ain't in the street, but you start putting two and two together. I haven't been okay, nothing. But that's what I'm talking about, the bad decisions that these women make. I mean, girls are not even being taught anything as it relates to that. They're being taught things are twisted, and boys either. Our mother, I want a woman to take care of my son like I take care of my son. Well, see, I mean, they've changed the meaning of that. Because I can understand a mother saying, if my son is going to marry a woman, I want for her to love him like I do. That's one thing. I cook my son meals. I think as a woman, and this is because I'm old school. I feel like as a woman, I mean, I feel like women should cook. I mean, that's just me. That's how I am. I feel like the kitchen belongs to the woman, right? Because that's what I saw. That's what I believe, and I can understand that. But now the meaning has changed. These women take care of their sons until they 50 years old. He 50 and his mama still buying him. Mama, I want them new Nikes. His mama's sick and old and getting a check, and she having to buy his old 50-year-old ass Nikes and stuff, right? And so they want a woman put their sorry son off on a woman, and for her to continue taking care of him. So the meaning of taking care of my son, she ain't saying take care of his heart. He ain't worth a damn. Okay. She's saying take care of him like you would take care of your son, like I take care of him, right? He ain't been taught to work. A lot of women think it's something now that they give their sons everything. That's why a lot of them are emotionally unstable. They're not being taught to work. And so now women are looked at as gold diggers when they say, well, listen, a man is supposed to provide and protect. You're a gold digger. But when a woman said, no, I ain't taking care of no man, well, she ain't holding me down. These motherfuckers is sick. And you have a lot of these older people that perpetuate that. They're not telling them any better. Okay? It ain't nothing wrong with if you're married, if your husband needs help, because people fall on hard times. Your husband been paying all them bills, and now maybe his job laid him off. Okay, maybe something came up, and he got sick or something. Your husband needs some help. I mean, while he's paying all the bills, if you working, I know you ain't going and just wasting money on heels and purses and shit like that. You put your money up, and when your husband say, baby, first of all, he ain't gonna have no issues, especially if you're managing your money right. Baby, I gotta go into, I need you to help me with this, because I believe in separate accounts. One account, if you're paying bills together, put the bills in. You have your account, I have my account. Damn all that. Okay. But if he need help, you help him. That man has been held you down. That's your husband, right? Sometimes things change, okay? But but to be sitting up just providing for a man that don't do nothing but drive around in your car, that's giving you some good sex and all of that, that's not acceptable, right? That's not acceptable. And so that's why I say today's culture has to heal. It has to heal. When people say, when folks say you hard on me, and I go, well, what I do? How am I hard on somebody? I mean, the only thing I ever said is I don't want them to cheat. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The men that I messed with, they understood what their positions was. They were some straight up winners as it relates to knowing what they were supposed to do. In that area, they was just some goddamn cheaters, and I had to go ahead and get rid of them. Okay, but in anything else, as far as providing, being a man, all of that, that's all I was ever attracted to. I don't care how they looked. If they were men, they were real men, they were winners. I loved them. I'm telling you. So y'all listen. Our culture has to heal. I know I didn't got into all kinds of other stuff, and I was supposed to be talking about Big Motor, Young Dolph. But what I was getting ready to say, I'm gonna go back to Juke because I'm jumping all over the place. Juke and Young Dolph, right? A lot of people feel like that maybe Young Dolph's situation didn't have anything. I mean, Juke's situation had something to do with Young Dolph. I don't believe that it did, right? I don't believe that it did. But my point is, you have a lot of people that may do, right? But my point is we cannot continuously just kill each other. We got to let the law handle some things, right? Folks can't continuously ruin their life, right? If somebody felt like, and I don't believe that what happened to Big Juke came from Young Dolph's ear. Why somebody gonna get mad? Somebody gonna go live and get mad and go live. Okay. When the truth of the matter is, I don't get emotional about stuff like this. You can't make nobody. I can't make nobody believe what I want them to believe. I can't, and I'm not gonna try to. That would make me unstable. Hey, Otto, that would make me unstable. But I don't believe that it did. But whatever happened to him, I wouldn't have wanted that. I didn't. It bothers me just like it bothers me with Young Dolph's family to see how heinously gunned down that Young Dolph, how he was gunned down, his arm and stuff hanging out of that window. That's evil. And it bothers me when I saw how Big Juke's mother was coddled over him, hovered over him, right? As a mother, that pulled at my heartstrings. I would never ever want to make fun or troll or do anything like that. And you already know that their loved ones and stuff watch this stuff. To me, that's just evil. I think people, if they're parents, they would have to, regardless to how you feel about that person, you would have to put yourself in a position of that person's parent. And if you are a parent, I know that you gotta go, well, that man's mother ain't did nothing to me. I wouldn't have wanted to be in her position, right? So, y'all, that's why I say, how do we heal today's culture? Okay. How do we heal today's culture? We can't have people that's old like Black Youngster is. How Black Youngster perpetuated a lot of what he did when Young Dolph was taken out. If you ask me, when that situation happened to Young Dolph, his evilness, all of that evilness was released into the atmosphere when he jumped on he got 4 million followers and he jumped on his page not being grateful for what at that point he had been blessed with, but he used his platform irresponsibly. And so he put that into the atmosphere. And so, hey, you have to reap what you sow. You didn't use your platform right. And it's probably some things going on right now where he ain't gonna even be able to get on his platform no more after a while, right? Because he didn't do it right. So you start putting all of that evilness and stuff into the atmosphere, making a lot of misguided young dudes think that it's okay to take somebody out or participate in it and then jump on your platforms, right? He was leading the pack on that and troll and all of that, right? And as a result, what happened? Because they did that. I know they didn't, I guess they didn't know at the time. If they didn't know, they know now that whatever you do on social media, it's never erased. No messages, no nothing. When they started erasing all of their stuff off of their pages. But he put that into the atmosphere. Okay. And he made a lot of his followers, which is a lot of younger dudes that listen to his music, think that this is how you do it, right? You go and you participate in the assassination of somebody and then jump on your platform. This is how we make it. This is how the celebrities doing it. Okay. And so that's why I say a lot this stuff has got to change. It do. How do we heal it? We have to heal it by changing, right? And it has to start inward and go outward. Start in your own household. If you got a platform, use it responsibly. Okay, use it responsibly. If you got, as long as you, I mean, if you ain't buying the subscribers, use your stuff responsibly. Don't promote this evilness that has been promoted. And if they do promote it, then there has to be some consequences. Your career over. Well, how can we say his career is over? We don't buy shit. And that goes for him or anybody. And I know people are saying that's unrealistic. It's not unrealistic if people change their mindset. Hey, it's got to be a change. Too many people are dying. And so people that we help to put on, because the people that's buying this stuff put them on, Gotti ain't necessarily helped to put him on. Gotti could have put him on if the people weren't buying his music, he would have put his ass off. So it's ultimately us, right, that help to put these people on. People don't realize the power that they have. They relinquish their power because they don't even know how much, they don't even know how important that they got it. Number one. Okay. But we got to heal today's culture by doing better. Once they see it's going to be some consequences, they'll start doing differently. They will. They'll start doing it differently. Now I was looking for my phone. I'm gonna open up the I'm gonna open up the lines. Hold on, y'all. Let me find my phone. I got so many phones. I be taking them and leaving them somewhere. I have them in my hand. I go somewhere and drop it. I put it in my purse. It ain't in my purse. Hey, Rainbow. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I got it. I told y'all I left it in the kitchen. I'm gonna put the number up here, and whoever wants to call in can call in. Um, we can call in. Can call in. I put Moneybag Yo and Big Nooski up there. I did that for a reason. I was intending to put Big 30 up there, but I got distracted. And I have been paying attention to that situation. And I think with the words and stuff, just with how Big 30 has been feeling for almost 3 years, he's felt a certain way as it relates to Big Nooski being taken out. Okay. And I think he's felt like it has something to do, with Moneybag, jumping into his beef, and he was ungrateful about it. And then to hear Moneybag say he felt a certain way about Moneybag not going to Nooski's funeral, and then to hear Moneybag say, "I didn't tell y'all to get in the beef. Y'all got in my beef because y'all was D-riding." That kind of confirmed that maybe he didn't give a damn about Nooski, right? And so I don't know how that's gonna end. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna end well at all. Because even if he's trying to apologize and clarify that, Big 30 has been feeling a certain way for a long time. And they said from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? He already felt like it was what it was, and then he spoke it. Y'all jumped in that beef because, you know, um, y'all was D-riding. Well, I guess he's talking about Nooski too, right? So, I mean, even if he try and clarify some stuff, I just don't think that would ever be right. Even with Head and them, uh, if even if they wanted to try to make it right, because I don't know if they want to make it right or not. Because whatever happens, whether it's blood or what, they're the ones gonna benefit financially. So as it relates to both of them, that's why I say I don't know if they want to try to make it right or not. But I think it's sad because I think that both of them are good, are good artists. Hey, Miss Kitty,
Hey, honey bunny.
how you doing?
Look, I called you last time. Come to find out, player code.
Yeah, I know player
Where
code.
you say he's from?
A
He
player
know my friend. They family.
who
He
player
want
code?
to see him this, but I'm like, I don't mix my internet with my life.
Mm-hmm.
So he kept saying, I know that voice. I know it, but he called his real name. He was like, that's Mike. It's Mike. I was like, I don't know no Mike. I know him by player code.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, that's Mike, man. And he was like, I don't know Mike. Mike know my mother. I don't know player code. I never met him. My mama know him. He said, he's talking about Fat Mike, he married because he was cheating on his wife with, anyway. But he know my family. He don't know me. But my friend was, he's not my boyfriend. He's my friend. But he was getting mad because he was like, you trying to tell me who he is. I don't know. On the internet, we don't give real names.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm too pretty, Miss Kitty. He used to play a cold. He started getting mad at me like, I know. Then he called him on his phone right in front of me and he answered. And was like, oh, yeah, this is me. And but he was like, that's where we going this summer. We going to see Mike. I said, I didn't know we was going to. I don't know that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I think the way we need to do things is, for real, we are the original people.
Mm-hmm.
The people that mixed us up and got us fucked up. What we need to do is really for real. I've been praying. I'm on some godly stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really praying. I've been changing my actions, my ways, the people I be around, what I listen to. It can be music. It can be a show you watch. You got to change all that because it's a little manipulated thing that they do, but you don't know because you watching it. You think it's just TV, but that shit really sits in your head. And you
Right.
really start to think like that. When I
Right.
want something to read, I go to the Bible. And I don't even go to the Bible because the Bible says too. You can learn something from the Bible, but don't worship it. It's been written over a million times. The real Bible is from 16 something. Why do you think they took out Enoch? Because it's about us, the original people. We got to, first of all, we got to understand, even you got low self-esteem because I used to have it. You forget that you don't know you're a queen or a king. You think you're a slave or an African. No, baby. God don't make no mistake. He know who to put in charge. Us. But see, they get lied to us so much, and what they teach in school, it manipulates our kids. So I gotta read because I gotta teach my kids who they really are. Because the school ain't gonna. You know they don't do in cursive no more.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm like, I learned in cursive in school, and I got pretty handwriting. I gotta teach my kids how to write in cursive. What the hell is you a teacher for?
Right.
And I got a teacher. I got shit to do while she at school and he at school. And when they come home, I do the mama thing.
Duke, man, I didn't see that.
So we don't know our place. Once we put our crowns back on, we know our goddamn place. When I was growing up, you got your ass whooped before you went to your house and got your ass whooped.
Right.
The neighbors could beat your ass if they think you doing something wrong.
They definitely the neighbors
beat your ass too.
Well, the neighbors definitely. Well, the neighbors definitely.
That's what we need. It take a village.
You're right. It definitely.
Like, I mean, everybody, my kids be around to let them know. If you see them doing something wrong, I ain't that type of mom that's going. He ain't do that. I know my kids.
Right.
Kids are kids. They sneaky. They be trying to make it like
Riley
about selling drugs. I know women that I be over there. I don't even go over people's house. There's some
Riley.
I don't want to be here when the house gets shot up. I came over here to see you. Now I'm shot because your son sells drugs. Like, no. And they like it, and they be like, I don't like duck mom. I don't care. She talks about duck, but baby, we got a lot of kids that's dead. Why do you keep just only speaking on duck? Because he was the most popular one. And duck won't innocent. Right. Don't sit up there, my son. He took 15 shots. Mom got killed over 7 shots. What is the
right? Miss Kitty, I got other calls coming in, so call back, and you could call back again. With I just want to give everybody opportunity to talk. Okay. All right. That person that was just beeping in, you could call back, but Miss Kitty is right. She is absolutely right about that. Paige T cleans it. No, Duke man, I didn't see that. I didn't know. I didn't know that Kato 2 times and CEO Jizzle was beefing. I didn't know that at all. I thought that they were like brothers. But people get mad at each other. They get mad and fall out, and then they be back cool again. So we don't know how that's gonna turn out. Hopefully, my hope is that it does not escalate to anything violent. I don't think that it would. Not if they were really really cool. I don't know why they wouldn't be cool anymore, because it seemed like to me CEO Jizzle had been very supportive, of Kato. So I don't know. I don't know what that is about, but hopefully, I'll say hopefully, that'll work itself out, because I would hate to see those two get involved in something, or take it further than it needs to go. Okay, they need to remain united, right? They need to remain united. Like I said, CEO Jizzle has always spoken very highly of Cato, or Cato, or whatever they call him. I call him Cato. He's always spoken extremely highly of him. So, like I said, hopefully it does not escalate into, if it is a beef, it does not escalate. I think they're better together. Um, that's what I hope. You know, I see CEO Jizzle spend a lot of time with Kenny Money. I don't know if, sometimes, dudes can be extremely territorial, jealousy. I'm not saying Kato was jealous. I'm just saying, I've never seen Kenny Money spend a whole lot of time with Kato. So I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Sometimes people might feel left out. It could be something completely different. My friend spending more time with somebody else. That's what I mean. You know, Sometimes it's how it is, but you spending more time with them than me. I don't know. I'm just saying, but hopefully it does not go any further than where it needs to go. And they can work that out and not snake each other, not um be cool, but be looking over their shoulders at each other, and not allowing people to come in between them. That's the last thing that they need to do, be allowing folks to come in between them. So hopefully they can genuinely work that out, if that's the case. If that is the case. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button for me, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. I wanted to do something a little positive today. I know I did a video this morning, and I did a video this morning because I was talking about, there was somebody, and I don't think they meant any harm. They kind of referenced the Young Dolph's case, and MPD. Why hadn't MPD? What is it going to take for them to figure out what happened? And that is what prompted me to do the video this morning. Um, like I said, I was going to respond, and I don't think the person meant no harm. I was going to respond, but I was like, I just do a video. It was early this morning, and I said in the video, like I said, MPD, I already know what happened to Doll. They know what happened. They know who was involved. But when you start talking about, it's one thing to know, it's another thing to be able to prove something, right? And so we're talking about being able to prove it, or getting enough evidence to people not being afraid, people not taking payments, not to say anything, but definitely people not being afraid to say anything, coming forward and not being afraid so that they can get convictions, right? And hey, everybody has a difference of opinion as it relates to who's involved and who's not involved. I don't get emotional about that. I'm definitely not going to. I've always said it. I've said it from day one. Anybody that ever came over to my chat know that I have said it from day one. Of course, I believe that God was involved. I feel like it started with him. They did it because he wanted it done. That's not gonna change, right? They did it because he wanted it done, because it was he and Dolph that was having issues, right? It was he and Dolph. I believe that other people wanted it done also. Okay. And they went about getting paying Straight Drop and Cornelius and Orange Mound Quit, and all of them, they took it to them. I don't believe that Orange Mound Quit was the mastermind of coming up with the idea. He might have been the mastermind of coming up with getting the dudes, getting Straight Dropping them. He might have did that. But as far as the idea, the conception of it, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe he paid for it with his money. I don't believe that. You know, um, I don't believe any of that. Um, Orange Mountain Quit might have had money, but the people that paid for Dog's Tip got way more money than Orange Mountain Quit got. Okay, they got way more money than him. So it was some real money. It was some real money people involved in what happened to young Dolphin. Hey, it's not me hating on nobody. It's not me wishing anything on anybody. If these folks knew that they didn't want anything, no parts of what happened, they knew they didn't want to have to go do no time or anything like that. What they should have did was they should have left that damn boy alone. What was so bad about leaving him alone? If you kill somebody, if you pay to kill somebody, and you got the type of money that some of these dudes got, they already know the feds coming for them. They always talking about how the feds wanna come for black people and when they wealthy, and if you know that that's their game and they know you putting out hits and stuff, of course they're gonna come for you and they're gonna drain your money. Why make it easy? I get tired of folks saying that. Why y'all do they do it to black people? Well, motherfucker, you all not to make it easy for them. So I don't feel sorry for people that do stuff like that. They should have left that damn boy alone. So you start making a whole lot of money. You feel like you're supposed to go pay a bunch of damn folks that you know ain't got nothing in the hood to go take him out, and then things go awry. Okay, it's all messed up. I mean, because that was messy. And now they want to be mad at somebody like me for saying it. Be mad at yourself for doing it. People don't like to take responsibility. They like to outsource whatever the blame. We don't like her because she said it. Bitch, be mad at yourself for even participating in something like that. You getting as much money as some of these dudes getting. That never should have even been a thought. It never should have been a thought. I got too much to lose. But when you think you can get somebody else because you're so emotionally messed up to go do your dirty work, okay, and it's their lives that's messed up, you don't have no issues with it, okay? So when folks start hollering about, well, you know, this person is untouchable. Listen, hey, I understand the laws of the earth, and I don't look at no man, no human being that's got blood running through their veins, that's mere man, as being untouchable. Ain't nobody God to me. That's a human being like me, that's got flesh and blood like me. No, I don't put people in high places like that. No human is my God. Okay. So that's why I can say those that was involved, they're gonna get God eventually. They will. Anyway, y'all, those people that was beaten in, y'all could call in. Like I said, we're talking about healing. Everybody has a right to his or her own opinion. I see. That's when I started talking about that emotional imbalance. A person is supposed to be able to say and feel whatever they want to without somebody bothering them. As long as you're not messing with other people. What I say, I've been saying. When y'all came on my channel, I was saying it. Okay. Cecilia, I wish it was raining here. I love the rain. I love the rain too. But y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, what I've been saying, I've been saying. And that ain't gonna change. Everybody that's involved in something don't get taken. It don't mean just because a person hadn't got indicted right now. Sometimes people might not, just because a person is not indicted don't mean they didn't participate in it. Sometimes people get by, but they never get away. One thing for sure, if you don't get it one way, you sure gonna get it another. Hey, that rainbow. I yuck that rainbow. Yeah, y'all, the lines are open. Y'all can call in 615-854-7509. And it's funny to me how people, so emotional. Every time they do a video, I live life. Yeah, I live my life. I have other things going on. Every time they do a video, I'm hearing some people. They doing all they can to throw out shots at me or to try and destroy my credibility. But hey, I don't worry about stuff like that because it's a lot of stuff that I could say. I'm just not gonna say it because, like I said, hell, I'm the one that ain't emotionally messed up about nobody else's opinion. I'd be a damn fool if I felt like anytime somebody said something, I needed to try and discredit them. That would make me. I would be too emotionally tied in with trying to control somebody else. That's not how I live my life. That would be more of a personal situation. And I ain't got nothing personal against nobody. I'm blogging. Exactly. I don't care. I'm not a snitch, but I'm doing time for you, period, point blank. And my stance ain't gonna change. I've been doing this for 3 years almost. It's not gonna change. Ain't nobody gonna bully me into changing it. Um, but y'all, if y'all want to call in, y'all can call in. I'm gonna be on a few more minutes. Like I said, I'm gonna cook. I'm on here. I am grooming my dog, y'all. My little puppies. I've learned how to. I bought some clippers and stuff. I've learned how to clip them and cut their hair and stuff after they get a bath and all of that good stuff. And they be looking so cute. Their hair grows so fast. But y'all, to sum it all up, if our culture is gonna heal, we got to change. I was thinking about Jay Prince. Okay, when that stuff happened to take off, Jay Prince Senior, he was irresponsible with his platform. Okay, we already know his son is an idiot, and he was irresponsible with his platform when he did that interview. Hey, I could see him. I guess anybody would want to try and defend their children, but he went to talking about he wanted Migo bands to be arrested and not the actual people that did it because Migo bands never should have opened his mouth. Y'all, we can't perpetuate that. We can't continuously perpetuate stuff like that. I mean, Migo bands could say what he wanted to say. The truth of the matter is, them folks didn't have no business just shooting and into that place like that. Hold on, y'all. You, hey, Lady Di.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing. Just wanted to say that in the beginning, everybody wanted to push their weight around. Now everybody want to run scared. Now they need to face the pipe. They want to take Boots a badass. So now they need to they need to just deal with whatever comes their way.
I agree 100%. It was all fun and games when people thought that they were going to get off and all of that. But when they find out how the people on their tail, that they basically know what has happened, and it's only a matter of time. Hey, the energy changes.
That's right. It's like this. If you're gonna do something and you mean what you're doing and you mean what you say, stand on it
That's
and
right.
deal with the consequences.
That's right.
Because there is no way that you're supposed to sit back and fly to take somebody's life. I don't see no right in there.
Just that's right. Just because you're mad.
That's right. Everybody gets mad, so you gonna go kill up the whole world because you're mad. You need some mental attention.
That's why I keep saying a person can say. I know they were saying that a lot of cash Desto supposedly had said something, right? I forget what it was. I'm
Uh-huh.
thinking about it. That ain't no reason to kill somebody. If a person can say what they want to say, if they're not a threat to your
Absolutely.
person, you ain't got no right to kill them.
That's right. Whatever was going on, it wasn't that serious to kill that man. It just wasn't.
Right. Just like with Young Dolph. It wasn't that serious. Young Dolph, I was looking at something somebody had sent me, and they was talking about how, with Young Dolph, when they was into it, Young Dolph looked at it. It was funny to him. He was just making money.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know what people being. It baffles me that being great makes people angry.
it makes them angry
I don't get that.
when they can't control you and being great. That's absolutely
Somebody
what it is.
has to be. Somebody has to be great in this world. Somebody has to be.
So, I mean, until the mindset change, until I start hearing older dudes say, man, regardless to what went on, that wasn't supposed to happen. They ain't have to kill that man. I don't care what he
And
said.
I
No,
agree.
that wasn't until I start hearing that. We because see, the men are supposed to be leading. Until I start
That's
hearing the
right.
real men stand up and say that our community gonna stay effed up because it wasn't no excuse.
No excuse at all. Well, I just want justice to be served the proper way. And once that's done, maybe things can go back to being normal, at least a little bit.
Right. And until justice is served, and I know sometimes the wheels of justice, it takes a minute.
Yeah,
You have defense attorneys, and they start doing things, and hey, but the law permits it, right?
that's
If they
right.
want the
It,
law, it's not like they're doing anything illegal. The law permits it, and they play games like that, and
that's
so
right.
when they play game, they supposed to. That's what defense attorneys are known for. It didn't just start, but hey, I still believe just when they get through playing games, so they have to make their money. They have to make their client think they're doing something to make their
That's
money.
right.
And when it's all said and
Yeah,
done, the outcome gonna be the same, whether it happens now or it happens next year. Ain't a damn
that's
thing
right.
gonna change. It's gonna be a guilty
That's
verdict
that's right.
or
And
a
I
plea.
believe, yeah, I believe that God has a way of laying everything out the way that He wants to lay it out. And I think that we just need to be a little patient because their day is going to come. It's
I
going to
agree.
come, and it's going to come sooner than they think.
I agree.
And I'm not going to hold you because I know somebody probably wants to get in and talk with you. So I'll be in the chat, okay? Y'all have a good evening, okay?
All right. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Shout out to my moderators. I appreciate that. That was make some good points. I agree 100% on what she said. You know, hold on, y'all. And like I said, until people start taking responsibility, and I start hearing some of these older guys say, "Listen, regardless to what Young Dolph said in a rap, hey, it wasn't supposed to go that far. We this is a effed up world. Nothing in the community is going to change. It's not going to change because that's just being too emotional, and that's emotional unstable at that. To feel like you could just kill somebody because they said something in a rap that you don't like, or they messing with your woman. Okay, if you truly getting some money, money can buy you any kind of woman you want. But when egos and stuff are involved, and that's what it was. You don't kill nobody because your ego is, or have nobody killed because your ego is bruised. And so that's what I'm saying. That's what has to be taught. That's what we have to tell these young people. You can't just do that. You can't just do it. Okay. Now I got my little puppy. I got my puppy, and I was actually cutting her hair and stuff. I'm finished now though. Um, you're welcome, Joy Loves God. How'd you know that was me? I said Lady D. Yeah, that was Lady D. Because I said shout out to my moderators. But yeah, y'all, our energy has to change. Hey, I know they say that things change, like things are not like they were in the 70s. Hey, but the as far as the morality, that's never supposed to change. You're talking about your morals and having respect for life. Just because things become more and more innovative, we're human beings, not robots. We're not supposed to make them believe that, well, um, things are now more innovative, and we can't have that antiquated way of thinking anymore, and saying, well, the day of caring about human life, we're more innovative now. We just shoot anything moving. No, we can't do it like that. We just can't do it like that. And that is exactly what has been happening. That is exactly what has been happening. Hey, DJ Sip Saw, and happy holidays. That's why I came. I was supposed to go at 6, but I got something to do. I'm gonna cook, and then I'm gonna look at a movie. Um, I got some friends coming over. Notice I said and some friends. Okay, some friends. I like the grill. Um, yeah, if y'all want to call in, I'll be on for like 20 more minutes. If y'all want to call in, call in. I be wanting to know who in the bushes. I be getting curious about that. Sometimes who in the bushes that never says anything. They could say hello. Those that are in the bushes. Missy, you got your liquor set out. No, I'm gonna put it out though. I do have some wine. that I'm going to put out, and I think I'm gonna make. I got some pineapples in there, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice my pineapples up, make them into like pineapple rings, and put it in some vodka. I don't mind them drinking that up. I don't drink vodka. Hey, William Barrett. William says he don't say much. You should start saying something. I promise you, everybody welcome in here as long as they are not disrespectful. Everybody is welcome as long as they're not disrespectful. Hey, Tracy. Happy holidays. I be getting curious about the people in the bushes. I wonder who those people are in the bushes. And I always say, y'all, it's not gonna get any better in our community until we start showing better. We gotta start showing better, using our platforms and stuff responsibly. Hey, Edith, how are you? What's up, Magname Mace? I didn't see you in here. They say we mad females. Yes, we are, because we got to do everything. Shit, I get tired. Hey, ambitious one. Sierra. I'm feeling good. And so when I come on here and I say, no vlogger can get, hey, Duke Man, when I say no vlogger can get justice for young dogs, I don't be trying to, throw digs at nobody. Hey. I say it because it's the truth. There's a lot of dynamics to this case. We don't know who the witnesses are. We don't have the evidence and stuff that they have. We don't have the statements and stuff that people have made. If a vlogger could truly get justice for young dog, they wouldn't be on here. They'd have to work with the police to get it. That's how you get justice. Working with the police because you got information that they don't have, to make sure that the people or persons that did this get indicted and locked up. So that's not throwing a dig at anybody. That's just telling. That's just telling the truth. Thank you, Diane. So as much as I understand, like as much as like I would never, I don't come on here. Even there are some people that some vlogs that I see, I know it's cap, but you don't ever hear me come on here and try and discredit nobody. That would be having a personal vendetta, right? I truly have my feelings in check. I don't throw shots at folks. That's why I be shocked when people say, such and such them throwing shots at you. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Because I have a life. I don't even see over like 90% of it. I don't see, because I can't be on the internet surfing and stuff all day. I don't have any personal um vendettas. Y'all know I can't stand on there, but I don't have no vendetta, no person. I don't hate him. I just can't stand him. I don't hate him. I was mad as hell when they told me that he called himself and put a spell on my daddy. That made me mad as hell. But once you go get through your grieving process and all of that, you understand ain't nobody got the power to do nothing like that, you know. My dad had been sick for a long time and I didn't even know it, right? So no, I don't have any personal, but that man gotta, regardless to whether I agree with whoever put on their channel. I'm not gonna jump on my channel and feel like I need to rebuff or refute or debunk whatever. They have a right to put whatever it is on their channel, whether it's cap or not. So I don't have the type of mind to be, that would mean I have some type of agenda to jump on my channel and go at them about that. So I've been having my cup since early this morning. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Hey, thanks for calling Real Talk with Tamara.
Hey, what's up, Tamara?
Hey, who is this? You said JT?
Oh, yeah, it's JT, Tamara. I've been calling in a few times before.
I know your voice now.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. I was first calling to support your channel. And secondly, you know, just saying happy holidays, be safe out there in these streets. You know what kind of city we live in.
Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm having my little thing at my house.
I know.
And I'm gonna have it early so they can get out and go on home early.
Right. I mean, that's the safest way to go. But I also want to just make kind of a quick comment.
Okay.
Because I was listening to your commentary about about we got to get better, but when you really look at it, I mean, everything on the negative we glorify.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, we can start with the music of everything that's coming out as far as music related, especially the rap that's coming out of Memphis. It's what? It's all 99.9% violence.
It is.
And that's what the young people want to hear. So
It's sad though, but how do is it because that's all that's out there? I think that, do you think if they banned this type of music, because music is universal, I really think we need music. Just like the music that we listened to back in the day, it was more positive. Do you think that if they started putting out other types of music that would change?
I mean, some of it. I mean, because you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, Cameron. We always had music, I guess, with a parental advisory label.
Yeah,
you know,
we did.
Yeah, you know, we had NWA, we had Too Short, we had Two Live Crew, we had some rowdy people. You know what I'm saying? You know, Master P and them down there, they was rowdy, but this type of music, it seems like it's hit a little bit differently because on top of the music, you know, we got the internet to come along with it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, the internet, you know,
it's undefeated.
It's undefeated. They can see it. It's undefeated without question.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if it was affecting other races of people other than our race, I don't think they will push it the way they're pushing it. Now that's just my own personal opinion.
I agree 100%.
Because most of the time when they put these songs out, and some of it is okay. I mean, for when you listen to just the beat of the music, but when you listen to what they really say, I mean, hey.
And the types of stuff that they're saying, what they put into the videos, like promoting the whole culture, they've used female, and you notice now it goes along with their agenda, with black females being prostitutes and stuff like that. I was listening to an old video of Dick Gregory, and they're saying, they always say that calling a white person a hunky or something like that is, and I always wondered, how did that word even come about? But it came about when they put I believe they said around when they took a lot of the female slaves to New Orleans. They put them in brothels, and the white guys would pull up. They made them prostitute. They would honk their honk, and they say the hunky is out there. That's how that came about, making the female slaves prostitute.
No, okay, I didn't know that. You just put me up on guys. Yeah. You be on that. Hey, but like I was saying, Tamara, if this music was affecting other races the way it's affecting our race, I mean, yeah, it'd be most definitely a change to it. And like you said, the way our black females, when they get in the entertainment industry, you know what they got to do.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a man. I like to see a woman twerk. I mean, we need to show a little bit more talent than what they showing. I mean, because everybody's doing that. Anybody could do that. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to put your mind to it, you can twerk.
Right. So, right. Listen, Mr. Parker says the music industry is a machine. They push what the consumers ask for until the consumers start asking for a Rhapsody and stop asking for a Glorilla. That's true.
I don't have a problem with Glorilla. I like Glorilla. I mean, that's a hometown child. I'm not talking down on her, but I mean, it's just like you said, Tamara. They have an agenda, and they are pushing that agenda right now. Especially about the black woman, the way she has to portray herself to get her music played, to get those views, to get those you know what I'm saying?
Right. We don't see them pushing that in any other genre of music.
They do not at all. So I just want to get on here and make that comment, Tamara. Like I said, I hope you have a safe holiday, and I was just calling in to support your channel, and I'm gonna give someone else a chance to call and tell you happy holidays.
Okay, happy holiday to you. Be safe, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, bye hon. Y'all, that shout out to him. He always call in and support the channel. I appreciate that so much. Memphis' own. Herbert says, this is educational on a Sunday. People, if you listen to the truth, it'll tell you about yourself. That's all to this beautiful queen. She's telling nothing but the gospel truth. Thank you, Herbert Wilder. I appreciate that so much. I was listening to something today, and it reminded me so much of my grandmother. And I gotta play this because I think when I start talking about we have to go back to the basics, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say we have to go back to the basics. I had shared it. Some of you all probably had already seen it, but I'm getting ready to share it because I want you all to see this, and it's mainly for the young ladies, and I'm gonna talk more about that too.
And mothers to raise us. They raised us to be women, raise our own children. Yes, see, y'all go pick them. All y'all want somebody you can put your hand on and whine and all cutting and all that foolishness. A woman has to be a woman. A woman places in a home. A man places to provide. And if he don't provide, then you don't need him.
So, Mama Agnes, what kind of women like us dudes just choose? How do you feel about us just choosing all these? I
don't feel anything because I got my man. I've been had him for 54 years. And I always had to be a woman. I've been a woman. Look, I've been working since I was 7. I've been raising children since I was 5. I've been cooking since I was 4.5. And these women today, all they know is McDonald's, fast foods and stuff. They don't know nothing about cooking and feeding no man. Or wait till a man hardens through his stomach. Get you behind in there and cook. and feed him.
And what about the
and make sure he get up off his butt and go to work?
Is that something that's missing in this community?
No, the women sorry. Now they may not like me for saying it, but these young women today, they don't even raise their children. Their children raising them. Look, a woman's place is to raise her children, and at the end of the day, tell their husbands which one they had to almost kill. That's how that go. That's why the juvenile center is so full, and they're expanding the jails because mothers don't raise their children and putting. We had mothers to.
Okay, yeah. Hey, when I saw that, I ran across that today. I was like, "That's some real stuff." Because if you think about it, I remember that. You know, if you got in trouble, the mother, she might whoop you, or she say, hey, when your daddy get home, you know your daddy gonna handle that. When your daddy got home, she told him, and then your daddy handled that, right? So, and she's right. And like I said, I grew up with. I know a lot of men can cook and stuff now. I guess it's good to have survival skills, but I don't see unless the woman is. That's just me. I don't understand why a man would have to work all day and then come home and cook. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I don't see it. And I guess it's just me because I like to cook. No, I'm going to send it to you today. Okay. Hold on for a second, you guys. 616. Okay. Yeah. Um, hold on, y'all. Look for it at around 7. Okay, it's one of my clients asking about their contract. Um, let's see what's good. What I was getting ready to say, but yeah, I think that women should. They need to understand what a man is supposed to do too, and that is to provide and protect. But women, like I said, women are the models of their household. They set the tone for the environment, right? That saying is true. If mama isn't happy, then nobody is happy. And so that's why the Bible says that a woman can build up. A foolish woman tears down her household. A wise woman builds up her household. Like I said, if you are a homemaker, okay, if you are a homemaker, why shouldn't your husband come home to a good meal, you know, a hot meal and a clean house? What's wrong with that? Even if both of you are working, you know, you get home at the same time, you know. You shouldn't even have to come in cleaning up. That should be automatic. If you teach your children to clean up behind themselves, if you clean up behind yourself, you don't have to consistently come in cleaning up every day, because you clean up behind yourself every, you know, you already cleaning up. When you put something down, you mess up a dish, you washing it, right? So, but as far as cooking, you can prep that the night before. All you got to do is come in and put it in the oven. If you prep the meal the night before, if you know, and your husband both working, when you get home, you come home and you put the stuff in the oven, and you know, and sit down, you know, take a bath or whatever it is. But hey, people now, I don't know. Like I said, I think people have just kind of made sex a god, you know, and that's one of the reasons why And that's one of the reasons why um stuff is not lasting. Relationships don't last. Hey Monica, and that's one of the reasons why relationships don't last like it used to, because people are not getting with people based on their qualities, right? They're not getting to know people the real them. Folks got a lot of game, right? And they getting with people based on what they do to them in bed, right? And hey, and after a while that fades away. I mean, you can only do so much in bed. I mean, once you get through eating ass and eating booty and turn upside down, swinging from the ceiling, um, all I mean, what else is there to do? It gets old. Okay, at some point you're gonna have to get up and have some type of intellectual conversation. It's gonna be something. It's gotta be something other than that, right? That's why it's not good. I've always said this. It's not good to just jump in bed with somebody. I mean, that's how I feel. Okay, I have to know that the part it's good to get to know them. Okay, it's good to get to know them first. Because if you get to know them first, you might not even want to jump in bed with them. You might want to say this nigga is too stupid to even be talking to. You might want to get as far away from him as you can, right? But people are mixing their sexual energies and entities and stuff, and I don't know. It's just it's sad. Folks don't have qualities that they should have. Men come in, unfortunately, looking for a woman to be their savior and take care of them. They come right in case you loan me some money. Are you serious? Are you serious? You want me to loan you? So you a problem already. I don't want nothing to do with you. Bye. Kevin Samuels had a lot of the same ideologies that you're speaking on now. Just he got crucified, but I think Kevin Samuels got crucified because he was so brash and cruel. He was cruel with a lot of what he says. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You don't have to put a pacifier in somebody's mouth, but I mean it's just it's all in the way you say it, it's your delivery. And he intentionally what he projected, a lot of what he said, I probably could have digested it if he didn't seem to have such a hate for women.
Paula.
Hey Paula.
Hey, Paula. Hi, Miss Tamara. How you doing, honey?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm great. I'm good. I'm good. I'm listening to bushes because, of course, I'm at work, so I'm just listening to bushes. But um, it just came into my spirit. The Lord laid it up on my spirit to call in, and it's a little bit away from the topic, but as the Lord leadeth, I follow. So I'm just calling in to say that I was on Instagram and I saw Mia Joy's page,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a petition for justice for young girls.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs like her goal is like 7,900 signatures, and I think she have about 5,000 something.
Mm-hmm.
So I I pledged to it, and I added my name to the list, to her list that she has, all the people, and I donated also because when you donate, it keeps the petition going. You know what I mean?
Right.
So basically, I'm just saying that I'm surprised honestly that she didn't have 7,900 signatures because that means so much to so many people.
I agree.
I mean, it's music. Everybody say, "Oh, I listen to him every day. I love this song. This song motivates me. This song make me do this. This song make me do that. Make me feel better." So why not support her? You know what I mean?
I agree.
And it laid it on my heart to call in to say, support the lady. She needs help. She's fighting for justice for her man. I'm talking to you, and I have goosebumps because I can just imagine. I can't even think of like 1/10 of knowing what you're going through. I can only say I can't imagine the pain, the hurt that she feels, and the justice that she's so seeking for her man. And it's like, I listen to you and I agree with you. Justice is coming for dogs. It's slow. It's very slow. it has a lot of moving parts, as you said. Some days it seems like, when we hear something like, oh Lord, what is this? Like, oh Lord, why is this happening now? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The trade drop and the case putting off and they need to get expert witness. And, it seems like it's drawn out. And I can understand how many they feel. But, as you said, and I agree with what you said, I listen to you very keenly. I don't get on there a lot of times because I have to work like an animal. Well, that's besides the point. But I'm always in the bushes. And, I do believe he's going to get his justice. It's a slow justice. It's not a quick 1, 2, 3 justice because, as you said, it's a lot of moving parts to this case.
Oh, yes,
and
it
a lot of
is.
people behind the scenes. A lot of people behind the scenes have their money and they're using their money to do dirt and to hide this and to hide that and to do all kind of nonsense. But he's going to get his justice. But I was just calling just to say, support her. Go on her Instagram, put your name down on the petition and help her. The more support you see from the community, it will help her, to feel better and to know that people really genuinely truly love dogs,
Right.
I became familiar with dogs little before he died. And I listened to him, but I didn't know the whole impact about it until after he passed. And then I found your channel, and then I listened to what you say, and I hear all the backstories about how it happened, why it happened, who was involved, and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely love him as a person, as a human being, and it is really sad what they did to him. And we all need to just come together, help her, go on her Instagram, support her, put your name down, and just donate $10, $5, whatever, just to keep the petition going because she wants to take it higher, and I totally support her. So that's all I had to say. Just you guys just support her.
Yeah, go sign the petition. Go to Mia J's page if you all haven't. I know I found it on Facebook and I signed it last week. Yeah, I believe it's last. So
okay.
Yeah, I signed it and I donated. So for those of you all that have not, go to her Facebook page. The petition is on there, or go to her Instagram and sign the Justice for Dolph petition.
Absolutely.
Hey, rest in peace, young Dolph.
Yeah, so I won't keep you, but that's all I wanted to say. You have a happy holiday tomorrow and enjoy your day with your friends, whatever you do, and for the chat and the march, everybody. I love you guys and enjoy your holiday tomorrow.
I love you too, and be safe in those hospitals.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, baby.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys. What's the word? Rest in peace, young Dolph. I'm glad you're on here. Rest in peace, young Dolph. It's Jizzle and Kato 2 times into it. I had seen that on I saw on Memphis News probably a week ago or something, where he was saying that he was asking if they was into it because they had not been saying anything to each other. But I didn't know that they was actually into it. Thank you for calling, Paula. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, it's definitely your delivery on how you deliver stuff, right? Sometimes you can get through to people if you deliver it the right way. If they feel like you're trying to criticize them and be cruel to them, they're going to reject everything you say to them. They're going to reject all of it. And he was playing, regardless of what he was saying, whether it was true or not. He was extremely, disrespectful to a whole lot of women. I just came because I heard Paula talk. Yeah. They said Memphis streets be capping half the time. It's hard to explain. They making it what they want to make it, when in reality, Kato and Jizzle still communicating to a lot of the same people. What tells me it ain't nothing too deep how they making it. I'm sure they're gonna work it out. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. I think it's because of the case pending. Like I say, for instance, Jizzle put his song on his story talking about his real brother. They done made it about Kato. Jizzle got a twin brother? Hmm. Anyway, y'all. Right, he got siblings through his dad. They don't know nothing about. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. What's Cypress at? He came into the room and went right back out. Little Miss Muffin said, "Your son is bad, Miss T. He be showing out on IG. He used to be bad on Facebook too. He used to be meddling all day on Facebook." But hopefully, you guys, like I said, hopefully, getting back to what the topic was, hopefully this killing and stuff stop, and people gonna have to start stepping up. And the people that they have influence over or communication with that's out there crashing out, if you have communication with them, it's time to start trying to help them redirect that. Hmm. That's what's going to have to happen. The older people are going to have to start leading by examples if they want the younger generation, if they want things to be turned around. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do a taco night. I was thinking about I'm gonna do those taco puffs again. And I'm gonna do Mexican pizzas and a few chicken tacos. That's what I'm gonna do. Mexican pizzas, taco puffs, and a few chicken tacos. Wine, vodka, tequila. All right, you guys. I'm gonna get on off of here so I can go on and do what I need to do. I gotta send two of my clients actually a contract on over to them before I get started right quick. But I appreciate y'all getting on today. All right, as always, okay. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I love you guys. It has been a pleasure being on here with you. I'll talk with you later.